Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with me today, she is a nail artist. Please welcome Daniela, aka Dapper Dan. Hello, Daniela. Welcome
Hi.
to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So I want to get started by asking where you're originally from and tell us about your upbringing.
So I am from California,
Hmm.
born and raised in the IE, and moved around a little bit when I was younger, but was mostly grew up in Moreno Valley, California.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I have always been really crafty and artistic and everything. So
Hmm.
I took a lot of art classes and a ceramics class, sculpture, all that stuff. I was always really interested in all that.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So, did you have any interests like prior to nails and art, or was art was something that you've always wanted to do?
Yeah, I've always had the passion for art. Anything that allowed me to be creative, I was into.
Hmm.
I can sew. I've learned how to embroider. I've done pretty much like every media that you can think of. I really think of nails as like a new media for me.
Mm. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So, did you go to college or beauty school? Did you go to both? Like, what's the school experience like?
I didn't go to college like after high school. I did go to beauty school. I actually just completed my hours for that
Hmm.
at the end of July. So literally
Okay.
last month. And right now I'm in the process of taking my state board.
All right, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Now, how's that whole beauty school experience been?
It was cool. Honestly, it was a little different than what I expected. For the
Hmm.
most part, I had an idea of like what I was gonna go into, but I feel like um I don't know, like I didn't know that I was going to be the only, like I thought everyone would start at the same time,
Right,
but you don't. You start just whenever you apply. So
right.
like on my first day, I was the only one. It was my only first day. And then when
Hmm.
I graduated, I was the only one graduating that day. So I thought that was a little
Hmm.
interesting. I also thought it was interesting that we learned a lot more outside of just like nails and stuff, like
Hmm.
anatomy and chemistry and electricity and stuff like that. I really didn't expect that either, but I thought that was really interesting.
Right, exactly. What's like the hours in regards to California in regards to like a nail tech license?
The hours, 400. We have to complete 400 hours. So it was only like about like 3 to 4 months, depending on how
Hmm.
fast. Yeah.
Okay, because here in Maryland specifically, it's like 250. So
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sure it definitely it varies from state to state and things like that. So in terms of the nail industry, who or what exposed you to the nail industry?
My mom, actually. My mom's been doing nails since I've been in high school. So I feel like it's been about like 8-ish years for her, give or take.
Wow.
So yeah, so she's been doing nails for a really long time.
Yeah, that's really cool. Does she own like her own salon or anything?
No, she actually does it here at home as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Does she have like a home salon business or she just does it like as a hobby or
It was more of a hobby for her, for sure. It's always been like a little side job for her.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's totally understandable. Now, how would you describe your nail art style?
My nail art style, I think I would describe it as definitely very mixed media, maximalist, a little
Mhm.
like maybe like a little unconventional, but
Mhm.
like unconventionally attractive. You know what I
Right.
mean? If you get it, you get it type of thing.
Right. Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. And that's a notice with your work because you use a lot of earth tones.
Yes,
And that's what's
I
so
love earth tones.
Yeah, right, exactly. The browns, the oranges.
Yes, my favorites.
Yeah, yeah. I know, like, some people use a lot of color stuff, but I like that limited color about the earth tones, especially we
Hmm.
heading towards fall pretty soon. So that's what I like
Right,
about your work.
right. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's really, really cool. So you live in Moreno Valley, California, and you are home based. So what has been your experience having your own home based salon rather than booth renting or, having your own physical salon space?
Well, working from home has been a blessing for sure.
Hmm.
Just saving up on gas and everything. That's like my number one thing.
Right,
I don't
right.
have to go anywhere. But
Hmm.
it's been cool. Definitely. I feel like now the fact that I've been doing nails for almost 3 years,
Right.
I definitely want to graduate to a studio. I want to
Hmm.
keep it independent, definitely, but
Right.
I want to graduate to a studio because I just want to be able to separate that like work and home life, and I want to be
Right,
able to come home from work now.
right.
So yeah, so soon enough I'm definitely going to have like a separate studio outside of my house.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. So your name is Dapper Dan on social media. So how'd you come with the name Dapper Dan?
From Dapper Dan Harlem.
Mhm,
Um yeah, I don't know, like I really liked the name. Honestly, like I don't know too much about him if I'm going to be completely honest.
mhm,
I just know that he's a designer out from New York and everything, but
mhm,
yeah, I always liked it. People started calling me that just because my name is Danny
mhm,
and I like to get dressed, so I just thought it was pretty suiting. So I just
mhm.
started, using it for like my socials and everything, and it kind of just stuck, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, Dapper Dan, he's, a fashion icon
Right.
in terms of, like, the fashion industry, and he's made such a huge impact, especially in hip hop culture,
Yeah,
you
exactly. Yeah.
know? He was well known for those repeated logo patterns and things like that,
Right.
and also too, like, I love his style, like, I love how he wears, like, the suits, and he has, like, his signature look, so that's really, really
No,
cool.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
So I like how some people have, like, their signature style, signature look, and that's the thing with New York. New York is, like, the fashion mecca, and people have their own way of expressing their style and how to dress, and I like dressing myself too,
Right.
you know what I mean? So sneakers, bucket hat, sweatpants,
All that.
whatever,
All
all
that.
that, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, yeah, everybody has their own unique style, and it's very, very cool to see. So, within terms of your nail art, where do you draw inspiration from in regards to your nail art?
Literally everything. Like
Mhm,
it can be art, it can be pottery, it can be fashion, jewelry, literally anything. I tell my clients all the time that their nail inspo doesn't need to be another nail picture. We can
right.
literally make anything into a nail inspo. And like even if it
Mhm,
doesn't have even if we're not trying to like emulate exactly what they bring to me, we
right,
can, that's when like mood boards really come into play.
right.
And we can use like the tones and the textures and the patterns from
Mhm,
literally. I have like so many pictures of like random things that I see just throughout my day because I look at it and I'm like, that would be fire
right.
on a nail set.
Yeah, right, exactly. And the thing is, I feel like not a lot of people use, like, mood boards, and things like that, because you can draw a
Mood
lot of
boards is
inspiration.
like right. Mood boards is
Mhm,
like literally is if you give me a mood board, then that's perfect, honestly. Like, and the more pictures, the better, just so that we can really
mhm.
capture what you're trying. Well, what we're trying to get to.
Mm. Yeah, right, exactly. Like, me personally, I don't do like mood boards. I remember learning about putting together mood boards, stuff like that for inspiration during my time in art school,
Right.
because you had to do that, like, what's like the different colors, color palettes, inspiration for like your, illustration and things like that. And of course, me personally, I just like to do like reference photos, like scrap photos and stuff like that as
Right.
inspiration. So I've set idea like, okay, this is how I want to, go in terms of the nail art design and things like that. So with some of your designs also too, like, are they freestyle or are they planned? Because I know you did just mention doing mood boards. So do you have times where you freestyle?
Yeah, definitely. But even my
Mhm,
freestyles, I like to plan them. Like,
mhm.
um, it's never like a she sits in my chair and I just kind of go from there. Like,
Right,
if they're wanting a freestyle, I always tell them to just at least give me a couple of days ahead of time just so I can put
right.
together my own mood board for us
Mhm,
for what I want to do. Um, but yeah, so pretty much, and sometimes, they'll give me their own mood board, but they'll still give me just free creative what's the word, free creative, you
yeah,
know
creative freedom.
yeah, creative freedom, there you go, just
Yeah.
to do whatever I want with what they gave me and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So you once sold press-on nails. So what was the decision behind stopping to sell press-on nails, like just stopping that completely?
Well, okay, so I did stop selling press-ons. I haven't stopped doing press-ons because
Okay.
I am a religious press-on wearer myself. I just took a little hiatus just because of the fact that I was in school and I just felt like it was
Mhm.
getting to like be a lot, juggling school and then juggling my life and then
Right,
working and stuff like that. I just felt like I was just constantly working even on the days
right.
off. And I
Mhm,
felt like if I had to let go of something, it was probably going to be press-ons. It was just the easier thing to like put a pause to.
mhm.
Also just because I really wanted to try and find better materials to like better my
Right.
quality before I restarted, to take orders and everything. So it's in the
Mhm.
works. Hopefully by the end of this month I can start, orders and everything.
Now let me ask you this: have you ever ordered a press-on nail set from somebody?
I
Or
haven't, and I really want to though. There's
Mhm.
there's a specific artist that I'm keeping an eye on. She's not taking orders right now, but as soon as she does, I'm definitely going to order something.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So, what are, like, some of, like, your favorite products to use when doing, like, nail art and nail services?
So definitely some of my holy grails is the Mac Art, the
Macart.
rhinestone
Mhm.
glue, and then Algalore's diamond steel top coat. Those I have like bottles and bottles and bottles of it. Like, and as soon as I found out about those products, I've never looked back and never tried anything else. Like, it's just, I
Mhm.
like the rhinestone glue specifically. Like, I use it for anything and everything,
Right.
whether it's just like for gluing down charms, for encapsulations, for texture, which I love texture.
Mhm.
I'll use it for anything, literally.
Mhm. Now, what are, like, some, like, your favorite gel polish brands?
You know what? I use a lot of just Amazon gel polish brands.
Mhm.
I'm honestly not too sure of like the names, but most of my gel
Mhm.
polishes are from just Amazon.
Mhm. Yeah, right, exactly. Now, in terms of your nail sets, do you use acrylic or gel, or use mostly acrylic?
I'm now only doing gel
Mhm.
products, so like gel manicures, gel X, all that.
Mhm.
So I don't really do acrylic anymore. I think I'm gonna stop doing acrylic altogether.
Mhm.
I've just taken more of a liking to gel products.
Mm. Yeah, the acrylic can be very, toxic and very, like,
Yeah,
fuming.
exactly. I That's one things that I really loved about gel X specifically. Like, there's no odor or anything.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, right, exactly, and stuff is going around too in regards to, with the airbrush stuff, like, don't mix,
Yeah.
gel
I
polish and
just seen,
acetone.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. I just seen a bunch of stuff, and I used to use that a lot. I would always wear a mask and offer my clients masks before I would start. But honestly, it's kind of starting to scare me, so I'm probably gonna just invest in like actual airbrush paint and everything. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's what people are doing now, like, getting, like, airbrush paint or just not do airbrush at all, and just do,
yeah,
like, the
so
eyeshadow palettes.
oh, I haven't tried that. I haven't tried the eyeshadow. I'll
Mhm.
see about that, but I feel like I really like using the airbrush, so I'm probably just going to invest in like actual airbrush paint.
Yeah, yeah, right. Cause like, I once did that too, the whole gel polish and acetone thing,
Right.
until, like, there's this, nail artist. Well, she was a nail artist. She's like a biochemist. Her name is Lotte Seymour. She's from the
Hmm.
UK, and she talked about, don't mix acetone with gel polish and things like that. So, to hear to hear those messages and for her spreading awareness, that's a good thing because a lot of
Right.
people don't know the dangers of that
And
stuff.
that's like I feel like that's a very common way of doing airbrush right now.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and that's dangerous.
Right.
So I'm glad certain brands are really speaking out, saying like, "Yo, don't do that."
Yeah. No, yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, like I've been seeing a lot about it recently too. So I've stopped using my airbrush as well just because of that.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if you had a top 5 list of your favorite nail artists, who would they be and why?
Definitely finesse your claws.
Mhm,
Finesse Your Claws is one of my favorites. Bad Girl Good Nails.
mhm,
Hot Ebony Nails. She's
mhm.
fire. South
Yes.
Texas Nails. The Support. Sure, her work is fire. And then Shine by Shell.
Okay.
Shine by Shell. For Finesse Your Claws, she's actually what inspired me to really start doing nails.
Mhm.
I was following one of her clients, Was Good. She's also based out of New York.
Right.
And she always had like just beautiful, super long, super creative nails. I had never seen nails like that in my life. I never even thought that nails could be like super creative like that. And so that's kind of what
Mhm,
inspired me to start doing nails. And, my mom's already been doing nails. So I was just like, okay, well, I already have someone to teach me. And all I have to
mhm,
do is just learn everything else on my own. And that's pretty
mhm,
much who inspired me to start. As for
mhm,
everybody else, I feel like they've all definitely played a really big role into like me finding my own personal style today and everything.
mhm,
I feel like everyone has all of these artists have like such unique
mhm,
um such unique, uh, styles and everything. And I just feel like it was just really inspiring to see all that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all those artists are very, very talented. Yeah, their work
Yes,
is
very.
amazing. Another one is Sugar Mama Nails from France.
Yes, I
Yeah,
follow her too.
yeah,
I follow her too.
she's absolutely incredible. I think also this other person, her name is Les Nails from Belgium,
I'm
and
not too
she
sure if I know.
yeah she does like very, very cool nail art and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of cool nail artists out there.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
that's really cool that this industry has a diverse range of different nail art styles.
No, yeah, and I feel like it's starting to just become a little more popular nowadays. I feel like a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have like said that like nails were like that. You know what I mean? Like super
Right.
creative, super like outside the box,
Mhm.
and all that stuff.
Mhm, yeah, absolutely. Now, what are some things you like about this nail industry, and what are some things you think could be improved within the nail industry?
Well, I love how creative it's getting. That's for sure. I feel like, people are really starting to like test the boundaries of like of
Mhm.
they're just their creativity and everything, and I feel like that's really really cool. And I love just like all of these new little trends and everything,
Mhm.
and all of that is like really really nice to see. Things that I feel like can improve, I feel like one of my big things is giving credit where it's due.
Mhm.
I see a lot of like bigger artists kind of ripping off like smaller artists. So I feel
Mhm.
like we need to definitely, even if you might have gotten like inspo that didn't have anybody tagged in it, it's like really nothing to still mention that that this isn't yours, and that you might have
Right.
gotten it from Pinterest, or your client may have gotten you like a cropped photo and you don't know who it's from. But I
Right.
don't think it's anything to still mention that in your caption or something. You know what I mean? I feel like I see that a lot, and I don't think
Mhm.
that's very fair.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really fair. And that's like with any artist, in general.
Oh
You want to
yeah,
give credit
definitely.
to where it's due.
Definitely.
It's so common in a general sense in the creative industry where, especially with, black nail artists, getting their work stolen and their ideas stolen
Right.
and stuff
Exactly.
like that. So, or just not getting the proper shine for what they do.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, it's definitely important to give credit, if you take inspo from somebody, or just being an artist with any artist in general. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I feel like giving credit is like the biggest thing for sure.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So in regards of individuality and authenticity, because I like how you have your own unique style, your own individuality, especially within your nail artistry. So how important is it to have individuality and authenticity in the nail industry?
I think it's very important to be authentic. I feel like,
Mhm.
even, if with anything that you decide to do in life, I feel like being authentic is like the best route to go. I feel like that's how you'll get the furthest in whatever it is that you're doing. And
Right.
specifically with the nails and everything, you never know who's watching.
Right.
And being authentic and being with the individuality and everything, I feel like it's really inspiring to see for others.
Mhm.
And just like how I was inspired to start, you don't know who else you might inspire to start just from you being you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely think that individuality and authenticity is very important because, like how you said, that's what sets you apart. And
Exactly.
when you promote your own style and your own way of doing things, doing art, people will be attracted to that more, and there's going to be
Exactly.
a demand for what you do.
Right. Like when I first started doing nails, and I made my Instagram page and everything, I
Mhm.
with just like Instagram's algorithm, it was, a lot of other pages from the city were popping up and everything. And it was a
Right.
little discouraging just because like I didn't realize how many people just in my city alone were doing nails that were
Mhm.
already so, like that had been, doing nails for years, and, very had a lot of following and stuff like that.
Right.
Um and so that's when I knew I was like, okay, I have to stand out somehow.
Right.
And I already knew that like my work alone was probably going to stand out, but I
Right.
knew that like marketing wise I needed to make my page stand out as well, which is why I started to edit my pictures and everything.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And I like the aesthetic of how you edit your pictures because, like,
Thank you.
it's like this collage type of thing that you do
Right.
with some of your
Yeah.
posts, and
Thank
like,
you.
there again, like the earth tones, I like that as
Yeah.
well.
So yeah, so that's pretty much why I started doing that, because I just thought like I need to stand out somehow.
Absolutely. Now, how would you define beauty?
Beauty, I feel like being authentic is beauty for sure. Being
Mhm,
authentic, uniqueness, confidence, just being unapologetically yourself and everything.
mhm, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media, and how can people support you and your business?
So my Instagram is Dapper Acrylics, DXPPER.acrylics.
Mhm,
And then my main page is Dapper Dan, and
mhm.
Dapper is still spelled DXPPR.
Cool, cool. Well, thank you so much, Danny, for jumping onto the show. Your work is
Thank
absolutely
you.
cool. I love the authenticity. I love like how within your work, like there again, you use earth tones, the oranges and the browns, stuff like that. Like I said, I'm into earth tones.
No,
I'm a
yeah.
fall baby, so
Honestly, yeah, literally. My birthday's in October. It's my favorite set of colors.
yeah, same. I'm the 23rd.
Really, I'm the ninth.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. So you're
Mm-hmm.
like it's like a Libra.
Libra, yes.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So yeah, the fall has been something I've always been attracted to. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's really, really cool. Well, thank you so much for for this cool conversation. It's been a joy to talk with you, and just keep up what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Be sure to check out my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye-bye.